Just watching a YouTube channel and kind of saw a strategy that I thought was kind of cool. It's a lower buy-in strategy, and I wanted to play it out. I think a couple of the YouTubers have tried this, but the one I was watching was on Color Up, and Jeremy was explaining it to me. And basically it goes like this. We're going to place bets on the 6 and 8 for $30 each once the point is established. And then when the 6 or 8 hits, you'll be paid 35. And what you do is out of that 35, you'll be getting a green chip and 2 red chips. You'll collect the green chips, and then you will place bet the red chips on the next number down the line or down the chain. So if an 8 hits, you would, let's say you had, let's turn the lock on there. Let's say you have $30. Well, that's not right. Let's say you have $30 on the 8 and it hits, you get paid 35. You'd collect the 25 and then you would put 10 down the line, which would be here on the 9. If the 9 would hit, the $10 would win 14. You could throw in another dollar and press this up to 25. And then if it hit again, you'd be able to collect a green chip and take what's left and put it on down the line on the 10. Might be easier to explain as we actually roll this. So let's go ahead and just try this. He used a $300 bankroll. I have no choice but to use $500 for CRAPS. And he waits until a point is established. So let's go ahead and get a point. Okay, the point's going to be an 8. The puck will move to the 8. So those of you that are using CRAPS, one of my subscribers made a comment that if you turn on this lock and then you put a $25 bet on the 6 or 8, it's a lock for the 6 and 8, it'll automatically cap the 6 and 8 for you. So if I've got it locked and I put a 5 out there, it'll cap it to 6. If I put 10 out there, caps it to 12. 15 will cap to 18. 20 goes to 24, and then of course 25 would go to 30. So I'm going to put $30 on the 6 and 8. And what I'm doing is I'm looking for a 6 or 8 to be hit for 35. I'll collect the 25 and I'll put the remaining 10 place bet either down the line if the 8 hits down to the 9, or if the 6 hits down to the 5. That's an 11, no help. And there's an 8. It's a winner 8. The puck's going to get moved off. There's our $35 win. We'll collect the 25 and we'll put 10 on the 9. And you notice the bet went on. I'll make sure it's off because we're coming out. So let's go ahead and establish our next point. It's a 4. The puck will move to the 4. These bets will now be on. And now I'm looking for a 6, an 8, or a 9. And there's a 10. No help. There's a 5. No help. So usually when I roll 30 roll challenges. And since I would only have 30 rolls, I would want each of these rolls to potentially win something. So I would be playing field, or I'd be placing other bets. But this is a strategy I think that's intended for a lower entry initial bankroll. So we'll just wait for our point to be rolled, a 6, an 8, or a 9. And we'll be okay if we go past 30 rolls. That's fine. This will be something that we'll just play at the casino just to get a feel for how the table's going. All right, let's roll. 4, no help. Again, we're looking for a 6, 8, or 9. Oh, that was the point. The puck moves off. That was the point. So our bets are off. We need to establish a new point. We're coming out. There's a 9. So the puck will move to the 9. And again, we're looking for the 6, 8, or 9. There's a 2. There's a 3. And there's another 3. And there's a 7 out. So let's see how shooter 1 did. Shooter 1 lost us $35. Mainly because all of these numbers here just couldn't bring us any money, and eventually the 7 will come out. Shooter 1 rolled 12 times and the 7 came out on the 12th roll, which is better than average. Let's go ahead and go to shooter 2, and let's go ahead and establish a point. Okay, the roll's a 10. We're going to mark the 10. We're going to highlight the $25 chip, place the 6 and the 8. The lock will cap our 6 and 8 up to 30, and let's go ahead and roll. And there's an 8. 30 pays 35. So we'll rack the 25 and put 10 down the line to the 9. There's a 3, no help. There's a 5, no help. An 11, still no help. We need a 6, an 8, or a 9. There's a 6. That 30 is going to pay 35. So we racked 25 and we're putting 5 on the 5. I'm sorry, putting 10 on the 5. There we go. There's an 11. Let's just take a real quick look. We've got $80 in play, and this shooter has won $70 for us so far. So we still need $10 to get out of this, out of this shooter. There's a 2. There's an 11. I don't know about the rest of you, but I just get a little bored very quickly when these numbers hit that I don't capitalize on, because I know the laws of average. I think these yellow dashes, when this dash line gets up higher, it's basically saying we should be hitting 7s by now. And we keep hitting these 11s. We've hit an 11 5 times. Come on, let's get a 5, 6, 8, or 9. There's a 6. Okay, so again, 30 pays 35. We'll rack the 25, we'll rack the quarter, and we'll put 10 more on the 5. There's another 6. That's always good. Pays 35. Rack the 25. Put 10 on the 5. So now if the 5 hits, we'll be able to collect a quarter and put the remainder on the 4. Here's a 2. There's a 6. 30 pays 35. We'll keep 25, put 10 on the 5. You know, I never watched the video all the way through to see if you could ever basically skip the 5 and go down to the 4. If we keep hitting 6s, do we just keep running this 5 up? I guess we'll find out. 7 out. I guess we won't find out. Okay, let's see how shooter 2 did for us. Shooter 2 won us $65. And with the so that offset shooter 1's negative 35 and gave us a net of $30 profit so far. I'm going to do the next shooter, but I'm going to do it a little different. Jeremy had a suggestion. Instead of putting $30 on the 6 and 8, he puts $18 on the 6 and 8 and then goes ahead and puts 10 on the 5 and the 9. Let's see if that'll work. Let's do this. So we got our 6 and 8 lock on. So let's get a point. Point to 6. I think his thoughts were we have more numbers to hit now and collect, but it might take an extra roll to get to the point where we're collecting the $25 chips. But let's see. Let's go ahead and put 15 on the 6. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Let's put 10 in the 5, 10 in the 9. So that's 56. So he might have put 15. He might have put 15 on the 5 and the 9. That's 66, because I think he did say he had to bet a little bit more than the original $60, 30 on the 6, 30 on the 8. Let's go ahead and try it this way. There's an 8. So 18 pays 21. Not enough to rack up a quarter. But what I can do is I can press to 36 and keep a couple pennies in my rack. Okay. There's a 9. 9 pays 21. Again, not enough to rack up a quarter, but we could definitely press this to 30. So it may take an extra roll to get to the point where we're collecting quarters. And there's 7 out. So that didn't help us. Shooter 3 lost us $57. Let's try that one again, because I like the strategy, because I just hate seeing points come up, numbers being rolled that I can't capitalize a little bit on. So let's go ahead and try shooter 4 now. And there's a 6. We're going to mark the 6. So let's go ahead and put 18 on the 6 and 8. Let's put 15 on the 5, 15 on the 9. So we're investing $6 more than the original strategy. And there's a 6. At 18 is going to pay 21. Not enough to collect a green chip. Oh, and there's our point also. But we're going to press this up to 36. Or did he press it to 30? He may have pushed it to 30 because that was the original bet. So let's do that. And now our bets are off. Let's get a point. And there's a 4, no help. Oh, but that's going to mark the point. And our bets are back on. So now the puck is on the 4. Let's go ahead and roll. And there's a 7 out. So you gotta roll numbers. You can't have quick 7-outs. That was the fourth roll for shooter 4. So let's play one more and see if we can't get out of negative territory. Let's go ahead and get a point. There's a 12. Yo 11. Still need a point. Okay, there's an 8. So the puck's going to move to the 8. We're going to highlight the $5 chip. And our lock is on. We're going to click 3 times. 3 times on the 5, 3 times on the 9. $66 in play. Let's get some rolls. There's a 4. No help on the 4. There's a 2. That's not going to help us yet. Another 4. There's a 5. 15 on the 5 pays 21. Let's go ahead and press that to 30. Let's roll. There's the point. There's the 8. 18 pays 21. We can press that to 30. Puck's going to go off. Let's make sure we turn that bet off. And we need a point. Okay, the point's going to be a 9. Puck will move to the 9. Our bets will go back on. Let's get a 5, 6, 8, or 9. There's a 4. There's an 8. 30 pays 35. Now we can collect a green chip. And we can put 10 more on the 9 down the line. There's a 5. 30 pays 43. We can collect a green chip. And we can put 20 on the 4. There's a 9. 25 pays 36. We collect a green chip, and that leaves us 10 that we can put on the 10. Make sure those are off. Because that was our point, the puck is off. New point is a 6. Puck moves to the 6. These are all on now. Oh, just had it where I wanted it and a 7 comes out. Shooter 5 did give us positive results, but not enough to get us out of the hole. So we're going to end this strategy now with a negative $59. Let's call it $60 on an initial $500 bankroll. So it was a good strategy. I think we'll have to play this one again. Okay, I think that's going to do it for this roll. Thanks for watching.